Yo, what's the YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back with yet another video. Today I'm coming to you guys with the best build on NBA 2K22 next gen. I've already given y'all pretty much the best build on current gen, the best big man builds for next gen and current gen, and today I got y'all boys with the finale of that little combo for next gen. So yeah, man, if you guys want more videos on next gen though, I need y'all boys right now to show the support. Y'all show way more support on the current gen, so y'all starting to make me feel like I really need to just kind of move away from next gen. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna keep trying to do next gen for as long as it gets support. So yeah, what we gonna be doing in today's video, so like the video, subscribe if you're new, man. But without further ado, man, let's hop straight into it.
I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I ride through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Alright, so hopping into it, making the best build on next gen. You gonna make it at the point guard position. In my opinion, this is the best guard position or guard build. This is the best point guard build. You wanna play 5v5, you can play 3v3 with this build, you can play 2v2 with this build. You're gonna be able to do everything on this build. You're gonna be able to shoot, you're gonna get contact dunks, you're gonna be able to do defense really well. You even gonna be able to play make on this build really well. So yeah, it's gonna be really good, and it's gonna damn near have pretty much max physicals on everything that you really need on a guard build. So yeah, you're gonna be at the point guard build, hand and number. Y'all know what we're gonna go with every single time. Then when it comes to the body settings, we're gonna be pretty much at 6'2", low on the weight, but we're not gonna go too low on the weight because we want to raise our weight, because if you go too low, it's gonna lower the perimeter defense too much. You want to be able to have that 85 perimeter defense with that 93 acceleration combo. So yeah, that's what you want to have. Then when it comes to the wingspan, you're gonna go 2.06 wingspan, which is pretty much 6'9", right on the dot. So yeah, when it comes to the body type, it's completely up to you though. But pretty much on the height, weight, wingspan, you want to have it somewhere around there. Then when it comes to the attributes, it's gonna end up with 20, 25, 31, and 19 defensive badges. So yeah, when it comes to the physicals, first things first, we're gonna have an 82 speed. We got that from the speed ball, and the speed ball, the acceleration, the ball handle, and the quick first step badge are pretty much what you want to have for me as a guard. When it comes to speed, that's gonna be more based off like when you don't have the ball and how fast you are without the ball. Speed ball is gonna be how fast you are with the ball. If speed was kind of like in combination with speed ball to make you even faster with the ball, I will put it up. But since it doesn't really do that, I don't really care too much about it, because I can naturally get more attributes by not maxing my speed like that and just putting it to the best tier possible. Now, I wanted to have it at a 90 still, but it was just really hard to get everything else that I ended up having on this build. So that's just what we ended up doing. But yeah, when it comes to the acceleration, that is maxed at a 93. Vertical, that's at an 85. That's because we need to get the contact dunks. We're going to be able to get the small contact dunks on this build. So to be able to get small contact dunks, you have to have an 85 vertical. To be able to have the pro and the elite, you only have to have an 80. So that's why a lot of times you see me only have an 80 vertical, but on this one we have an 85. Then when it comes to stamina, that's gonna be max. It's a guard build. If you have a guard build and don't have max stamina, I ain't gonna lie, what are you doing? It's that simple. What are you doing? But then when it comes to the finishing, let me make sure I didn't tweak on this, and I didn't. So yeah, we're gonna pretty much have a 92 driving dunk to be able to get the elite contact dunks. That's the highest like driving dunk rating you need to have, or the lowest driving dunk rating you need to have to be able to get all the contact dunks. So yeah, that's pretty much how that's gonna work. So yeah, we're gonna be able to get the small, the pro, the elite, all on this build. When it comes to driving layup, that is put up to be able to get the 20th finishing badge. 43 close shot was risen because of the shooting. Now when it comes to the shooting, we have an 88 3-pointer. That's gonna allow us to get a lot of badges. All these badges are gonna be able to get gold or Hall of Fame. The only one that we're not gonna be able to get is based off the mid-range. We don't care too much about mid-range because I don't take mid-range that much, but I'm still consistently hitting it. So yeah, that's what it is. So we're gonna have a 73 mid-range, and that's gonna get us 25 badges, and we still have an 82 free throw. Usually I have that at a 99, then I have it at a 90, but we have it at an 82 on this build respectfully. Then when it comes to the ball handle and speed ball, that's both gonna be maxed, because like I said, those are very important. But why is the speed ball max? That's gonna allow me to get Hall of Fame quick first step, and that's what makes this build, sets this apart from like a lot of those 6'6", a lot of those like little short builds, because this build is a lot taller because it gets way more contact dunks. But at the same time, you're still gonna be able to get quick first step, unlike the other builds that a lot of people are starting to make. When it comes to the ball handle, you're gonna have that to a 90 because you want to actually reach that threshold of a 90 threshold, and you're gonna have an 87 ball handle, so you're gonna be able to get gold. So that's a big deal too. So yeah, very important. 85 pass accuracy, that's gonna be pretty much the minimum pass accuracy you want to have on a guard, in my opinion, to be balanced on the build. So yeah, that's gonna allow me to get bullet passer to gold, which is extremely important. If you want to have neither threat on goal, you have to have 87. So for the people that want to do that, you can do that. When it comes to the defense and rebounding, usually what I do is I usually get my perimeter defense to an 86, but on this build we didn't do that because we don't really need menace. So that's pretty much what it is. That's why we usually used to do it, especially at the beginning year when I was first making the builds, because I wanted people to have that to gold, but not having that to gold is not gonna make a big difference because we don't use menace. So yeah, we just need to be able to have clamps to gold and we'll be fine. So that's pretty much why we did the perimeter defense like that. Then when it comes to the steal, we gonna have a 90 steal. And by the way, perimeter defense can't go up anymore. That's max because I made it perfectly to be like this when it came to the weight and wingspan combo. So yeah, you gotta make sure you do the exact weight and wingspan if you want to make it look like this. Steal, that's at a 90. That's going to allow me to get interceptor at Hall of Fame and still have gold. Pickpocket, you would need a 96 steal to get that to Hall of Fame. We wouldn't be able to do that on this build because it's going to make a lot of other stuff go lower. So yeah, block rating, that's at a 64. With a 64 block rating, that's going to allow you to do a lot of things. You're going to have Intimidator at bronze, you're gonna have chase down artist at bronze. So if you really wanted to lower your block rating to a 57, you definitely can. You can even lower it to a 63 and it wouldn't make a big difference. You can be able to put your free throw rating up even more. So if you want even more free throw rating, you feel like you don't even need pogo stick, you can keep lowering it. You're not gonna lose badges. You know what I'm saying? That's just going to be an easy way to get more and more free throw rating. If you even want to go down even more, you can keep raising it. So it's really up to you on how you want to work that. I'm going to put it to 90 because I don't really need it. And then I'll still be able to have it to a 60 because it's not like you're reaching the 70 threshold regardless. I was just putting it to max because for video purposes. But yeah, that's pretty much what the build is going to look like. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you're going to end up with slasher, sharp, playmaker, and lockdown takeover. Now when it comes to the takeovers, I'm gonna end up I like going with a sharp takeover on the back end because if I have chef, I don't really need a sharp takeover, but to have that on the back end to get those +8s is very important and nice to have. Now say for instance you feel like you want to dunk more, you would go with a slasher takeover. Say for instance you feel like you want to be a better playmaker, a better passer for whatever reason, or help your teammates as much as possible, you go one of these playmaker takeovers. But say for instance, I feel like this will be a lot of times with this build, you're gonna feel like your defense is gonna be the problem. You can go with extreme clamps, you can go with a perimeter badge drop to rip people more, you can go with an enhanced jump shot contest, that's really up to you. But I feel like the best combo for this build is not even worry about those +8s on your main and go with easy blow-bys, which is extremely overpowered, and make people really hard. It's gonna be really hard for people to guard you, especially with that Hall of Fame quick first step. And you having this at your main takeover, people, it's gonna throw people off. So put that as your main and have this on your back end so you can get those +8s to your 3-pointer. And if you put on like the right perk for your takeover, it's gonna be very overpowered. And the build comes out as a 2-way 3-point playmaker. And I tell y'all every single time, if you get this name, you got a crazy overpowered offensive build. And this build is even good at defense. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. All we got left to go over is the best bad setups for this build. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Alright, so hopping into the bad setups. So we're gonna have finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. So let's go into it. So we got 20 finishing to work with. So one thing I want to say real quick, this is all subject to change depending on how many badges you end up getting. If you had the rebirth, it's like how many times you hit level 40, all that stuff could be subject to change. So yeah, keep that in mind. But with that being said, for the finishing, we're gonna have a lot of badges to work with. So obviously we're gonna go ahead off the rip, put on posterizer. Next badge, we will go limitless takeoff. Next badge, if you wanna get crazy with it, if you mess with slithery finisher on this game, you can go slithery. I don't really mess with it as much as people on next gen. On current gen I like it a lot, but on next gen I don't really like it that much. Then you can go giant slayer, then you can go fearless finisher, Then if you want to go crazy with it, you can even still have Lob City Finisher on. And that's really like a bad setup you can naturally use. You can go unshippable, but if you don't want to go unshippable, you can just switch that out for Slithery Finisher. It's not really nothing too difficult to it at all. I'm gonna be real with you. So yeah, that's really what I would do. I would go Slithery Finisher or unstrippable, and that would be the bad setup. Gold Posterizer, Hall of Fame, Limitless Range, not range, but Limitless Takeoff. I'm gonna have to get used to that Slithery Finisher on Hall of Fame, Lob City Finisher on Bronze, which is in my opinion one of the best bang for your buck bronze badges, Fearless Finisher, and Giant Slayer. Then when it comes to the shooting, you have 25 badge upgrades to work with. So off the rip, you know what I'm putting up? Sniper. I'm gonna need that. Then when it comes to the Chef, I'm gonna need that. Chef is a real big reason why I don't have to max out my or go with Limitless Range Takeover or have like a Spotted Persistent Takeover as my main takeover, because that badge is just so overpowered. I don't need that. Mixed Match Expert, because you are a little shorter. I know they nerfed it, but I still like using that. And then I like having blinders on as well. Now when it comes to these last badges, in my opinion, shooting is where I will put the extra badges. Pretty much any extra badges you're gonna get on this build, I'll put all of them. Whether you hit level 40 twice and you got those extra 4 from college, that's gonna be 6. You can put the rest. So then I would go like Deadeye. Then you will have enough to go Green Machine. Then you will have enough to go a little bit on High Zone Hunter. You'll have enough to go on Stop and Pop. Just really, you're gonna really be able to put a lot of badges everywhere. But since we don't have that, you will have to start limiting yourself on a lot of these badges. So instead of going gold here, you have to go silver there. And so then you have to go silver here. Then you have to go silver here. So it's literally like limiting yourself at a certain point when you make a build like this, and then you have to go bronze right here. But yeah, if you get those extra 6 badges, then you can raise this up, then you can raise this up, then you can raise Chef up, and it's just gonna be a way more fun, swell time. I'm gonna just say that right now. But one badge that you can also put on that's really good at bronze, which is probably the best bronze badge in the game, statistically according to 2K Labs, is lucky number 7. So yeah, that's the best shooting badge setup for this build. Then when it comes to the playmaking, you're gonna end up with 31. You're not gonna really need too many more on this. If you feel like you're gonna need more, you can throw some on here. But like I said, I would probably want more on either shooting, or we're gonna go into the next category too. So yeah, let's stay tuned. I'm gonna go quick for step. Y'all probably not gonna expect this, but I'm gonna go glue hands as well. Unpluckable, that's an auto. Me personally, I feel like since the 300 is not as overpowered or as important, stop and go. I don't even use that anymore. I'm gonna be real with you. What I like to use Bullet Passer on gold, because I really like to have that. Handles for days on gold. If you didn't notice, on shooting, there's no really like badges that cancel out the stamina issue. So you really need that handles for days kind of more than ever now, in my opinion. Next, if you feel like you throw enough lobs, you can go here, but I wouldn't do that. Bullet Passer. So you have 8 badges left over. There's a lot of ways you can go about this. If you feel like you want to use a quick chain and a hybrid drive, you can do that. You can definitely do that. Me personally though, I don't really use those badges, but if you want to go Hall of Gold on both of those and just be faster with the dribbling, you can definitely do that. Ankle Breaker is a good badge to like throw people off, but it's not, I don't feel like it's a necessarily needed badge, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of badges you could really go here. Needle Thread is a great badge, Dimer's a great badge, Bailout's a great badge to go here. Especially in certain situations, Bailout is a really great badge to have here, depending on how your play style is. But I probably end up going with maybe a floor general, maybe an ankle breaker. For video purposes, I'm gonna throw on a hybrid drive and I'm gonna throw on an ankle breaker. Then when it comes to the defensive rebounding badge setup, you have 19 badges to work with. So with these 19 badges, off the rip, I'm throwing on Chase Down Artist. Off the rip, I'm throwing on Intimidator. Off the rip, I'm throwing Clamp Song. Off the rip, I'm throwing on Hall of Fame Interceptor. Just auto. Off the rip, I'm throwing on Pick Dodger. That's literally auto. All those badges have to be on to that capacity. Have to be. If they're not, you are doing it wrong. It's that simple. There's no way around that. It's no better way to explain that. You are doing it wrong. Now, for these next ones, since you are undersized, there's some other badges that you could actually think about using. Ball Stripper is a great badge for when you're switching on screens. Pogo Stick is a great badge to just keep being able to jump. You don't have a rebound rating, so I would not go with that. So if you want to go silver on Pickpocket, you can, but also if you want to go bronze Pickpocket and bronze Ball Stripper, you definitely can. It's going to be allowing you to rip people when you are under the goal, and that is extremely important to have on this game in a lot of situations. If you're playing a 1v1 court, you're going to need Ball Stripper. So yeah, it's just a very important thing to have. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes for guards, Ball Stripper is more important than Pickpocket. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna still go with that silver pickpocket. So yeah, that's just what I would do. And yeah, that's gonna end up being the best bad setup for this build. But yeah, man, that is going to be the best build on next gen. This build is a build that's able to do everything. You're gonna be able to play great defense on this. You're gonna be able to play make on this at a really high rate, speed boost at a really high rate, have Hall of Fame quick first step, get content on, shoot at a really crazy amazing rate. And you cannot forget, when it comes to adding those extra badges, you're gonna have enough badges for whatever you're gonna need to do on this build. So yeah, man, without further ado, man, yeah, go ahead and leave a like on this video if you want more videos like this, more next gen videos. I need y'all boys to like the video. I need y'all boys to spam the like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, be the first at every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think it will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out there, man.